All right, warriors, gather around. We're going to do a breathing exercise. It's not going to take but 5 seconds. We're going to breathe in deep, hold it, release together, and then take a badass walk. Take a walk on the beach, just chit-chat a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be me doing all the talking though. But you'll be able to respond in the remarks, add more value to the take, and if you resonate with this, then start by challenging yourself to achieving goals, small battles. Let's start with this breathing exercise. Regimenting our minds, being able to control what comes in, being able to observe without absorbing, because not everything requires your attention. We need to try and break you from people in 5 seconds. Let's take a badass walk on the beach. We're going to touch a little bit on how we can devastate a narcissist with reverse narcology. Got your attention now, don't I? Let's do this. 5 seconds. Release slowly. Yeah, shake that shit off, y'all. Look, I'm a firm believer in maybe even in the 70s through the 80s, that group of children damn near had to raise themselves. We had to create our own games. We had to be self-soothing. And nurturing was just a word, usually used for animals and plants. You know, I see shorts on YouTube, and I guess they're on TikTok or whatever, those little shorts, you know, real popular. And if you get stuck on those, you can get lost for a fucking hour before you realize it, and you think you only spent 10 minutes, you know, thumbing through. Well, I ran across one where these kids were flipping a water bottle and getting super excited. Probably made the same attempt 100 times and finally got it. When they did, boy, it was a celebration. Let me give you an idea of why I feel that a lot is lost because of the lack of technology and distractions. You see, the trash took itself out. The misfits, well, we just went to funerals. They done crazy shit and got crazy results. Doing stupid things gets you stupid prizes. Look, I remember, and I can't say I didn't participate a couple of times, but got lucky, right? We had a game called yard darts. I don't know if y'all ever heard of yard darts, but there were darts on steroids. These jokers were about yay big. And we chunked them straight up in the air as hard as we could, and then scattered. I only seen 2 folks get jabbed in the shoulder. It was the second one that I learned by observation without absorbing. I didn't think it was cool to be the one that could show off a scar of a yard dart. You see, it was at that moment that you realize it's time to tighten up some circles. You ain't gonna last long. You go hanging with certain folks. Narcissism is the same way. But the manipulation is so subtle that you don't realize it's diluting your common sense. That gut check starts to become a shallow whisper. Eventually, that part of your brain will atrophy like a damn raisin. Back then, we kind of recognized them. We called them Fruit Loops. They ain't all up there. It was a character, is how people with class would call them. But narcissists, through their snail trail, that walk of destruction, ratchet-ass decisions and behaviors, they accumulate frenemies. So they coined a phrase, if you recall, and some people probably still use it, not realizing this is narcissist. With friends like that, who needs enemies? That's their world. For you, you have to stop, kind of pause, and go, what was meant by that? Well, it's because you ain't got a flow of people looking to open up a can of whoop ass on you for whatever reason. See, narcissists every now and again take a little trip and forget they were supposed to come back, and they got distractions by temptations. It's kind of like squirrel, squirrel. Forget about anything and anything that they were doing. The course of action changes directly on spontaneity and feelings, temporary feelings. Now, I want you to stop what you're doing. Look at me. You came into this awareness to prop your ass up, finally, to come to this realization. You're not supposed to be following these fools. You're not supposed to be taking advice from them. You're not supposed to be associating with them. You're either leading them or stepping away from them. You're not even supposed to reason with a reprobate mind. The narcissist cannot be reasoned with. Their strategy is just to keep you stuck in an endless loop, and possibly use you later to triangulate someone else to give the look of being wanted. That new target, that new supply, that new person has no clue that these are frenemies chasing after them. In the narcissist narrative, they paint a picture of being high value in the sexual marketplace. False confidence. This is why it's important for you. Check this out. You need to be careful not to fool yourself. Some of y'all be gaslighting yourselves, talking about, I was manipulationist. I was manipulationist, Chico. That was a lie. Let's back up. Was it manipulation or impatience on your part? You see, you didn't take the time it needs to take in order to do a proper interview before it connects us. You skipped through all of that part because of your fear of missing out and locking in a relationship, because you didn't give yourself the due diligence to observe without absorbing, and your impatience was the grand manipulations. Not the narcissist. They were at the right place at the right time, humming the same one-trick pony move. And when you think about it, that pickup line has got to be the shittiest you ever heard. But for some reason, it was so cutesy-ootsy. Impatience or manipulations. Don't get them confused. Catch it. You see, in this awareness, self-conviction is paramount. It's part of self-growth, self-reflection. And all it does is refine your moral compass. The ability to turn your back and get good at goodbye will become so smooth, and you'll deliver it without hesitation. Devastating a narcissist through reverse narcology, warriors, is simple. You know their playbook. Now use it. The narcissist playbook is strictly for defending their self-image, their reputation they've created. In order to reign superior over you, they have to get to that first in destroying yours through a combination punch. criticism, rejection, and humiliation. And through these manipulations is how they're able to project their own faults onto you. You know their playbook. Look at me. Reverse narcology. How do you devastate a narcissist? What is it they're defending? The reputatious. Warriors, when their superiority is being challenged, is when they're on high alert. How did they try to destroy you? You see, you tell on yourself because you go shock and awe, and it fragments. Narcissists are successful at the beginning because they do it covertly, quietly. So how do you devastate a narcissist? Through criticism, rejection, and humiliation. You're exposing their flaws and insecurities, and you already know what they are. Because they're telling you that this is what yours are. Oh, damn. What you're showing them, warriors, stop what the fuck you're doing, look at me, is this. Narcissists now know they're not as special as they really thought they were, and they're nowhere near important as they thought they were. In fact, everybody's letting them know that gender, yeah, that's standard equipment. Every one of y'all got one. Everybody got one of them. You see, you're not looking for Build-A-Bear. You're looking for your equals. Stop acting like you don't know how authenticity looks like and operates like. You had to go through the fields to conquer it, so that you can appreciate when you're in the fucking company of a warrior. Now shake the dirt off your asses. I'm proud of you. You got a couple of more battles to win. And here soon, you'll be fighting battles without even knowing, and winning. Because here soon, your enemies, those frenemies, will start looking for their own kind for attention. They don't want the kind you got. Mortificacious. You become karmic kryptonite to the narcissist. Oh yeah, they're gonna be the victim. Let them sell the victim. That's a label they've been sporting forever. And when they get caught up with that, they just added another. With friends like this, who needs enemies? Leave them to their own kind, warriors. You're badasses. You're better than that. Besides, you're a better spectator. You don't need to be in the blood sport. Even in the Roman times, they grabbed the misfits, threw them in the arena, and let the trash dispose of the trash. It was their way of putting up with and a remedy for the mental illness that still permeates the world today. Finding a humane way to deal with them, that's the real question. In the meantime, learn to identify, learn to avoid them. And for those of you who are still not able to snap out of this, don't stop. Don't stop. If you need help, there are professionals, clinicians that have gone through the same abuse and will understand you in the love language you speak in this awareness. Don't allow yourself to be derailed by some of these therapists who give you that fucked up look, that gaze. They don't understand. You went through this for that reason. Seek the help you need. Now that you know how to identify it, there's no fucking reason for you to act like, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Yehovah, Abba, Father, Allah, whoever this divine is, that spark, don't fail it. You matter. Fuck purpose right now. Follow your gut. Listen to it again. Proud of you, warriors. Every damn one of you. Thanks for your support. And thanks to the girls in the office for moderating all the remarks, the emails. They got our back. They got your back. Warriors, we do this out of agape love that we share, but more importantly, so that you understand how authenticity operates, so that you have things you can compare to others and understand how to pick up on the manipulations. No one, even you and I, could appreciate the light more so than ever without first being refined through the hell and darkness, such as life. Observe without absorbing. A true indicator of having mental maturity. It's never goodbye, warriors. Always until next time. Namaste.
The wastelands through the highways and on. See the horizon turn us to thousands, and we'll grow